welcome Abhish to our podcast. Folks, first let me give a quick introduction about Mr. Abhish. Today we have with us Mr. Abhish, who comes with us with a very background, diverse experience of about 18 years of tech background. He has worked with some of the top tier companies, including Microsoft, Amazon, Apache, and Facebook. Notably, he has also served as an architect at Facebook in London, further enriching his experience. Currently heading engineering function at Mindtickle, a leading sales enablement platform. Abhish continues to showcase a track record of leadership characterized by versatility and achievement. In addition to his professional achievements, he has also acted as a mentor for startups, also an angel investor, and also a seasoned architect. Obviously, he has worked in all the best of the top companies, and has built different kind of products, either building, testing, or deploying. Pretty much the whole cycle of a product development. And so we will be going with him on the different topics of uh, it's the same series which we are doing with a lot of other speakers, a bug-free revolution, which includes best practices either in the development stage or the testing stage or the production deployment stage, and also the latest topic which is there in the market in the AI in testing. So that is also we are trying to cover up, though all the topics are very much unique. So yes, Abhish, coming to the first question, could you also describe us, what are your top five best practices which you use to make sure as a product manager or as a development manager that you will have an easy life when your product goes live?
Yeah, I mean, thank you first of all, Rupesh, for inviting me for the talk. And it is really, I mean, I'm really looking forward for the conversation on a very interesting topic as well. Yeah, but coming to your question, that okay, what are the things that we really look into before we release any software? Is that okay? One is that a very neat and clean testing being done, and what I really want to see after the product development is done, QA testing is completed. What kind of test pass ratio that we are getting? What kind of performance testing, scalability testing has been done? If those give me a good enough confidence, that makes my life much more easier. That is one. Second is the correct DevOps practices actually. That means that okay, the deployment as well as the proper alerting setup that takes care of all the critical condition. That also makes the life easier. So that okay, if anything goes haywire, I'm at least being informed, and then we have a correct on-call practices set up to take care of the eventualities.
Okay, got it. Sure, thank you. And how is could you also describe that that some of the most advanced applications of AI in the software testing you have implemented or seen in your industry, on all the different companies you have worked on or for the last couple of years in your tenure?
Yeah. So actually, in terms of advanced application of AI, I think it has become more synonymous to the large language model that we have started seeing in the last 1.5 year or so, and
Yes.
it has very interesting use cases as well. But if I divide this particular answer into two parts, one is the traditional area where we can use AI. When I say traditional area, where we see that okay, a lot of test case generation, test case data generation, or test suite optimization or prioritization, all these things are the traditional area where AI has been used and is being used as well. In Mindtickle too, at various places, we are using AI or large language model to generate the test plans as well as test case as well. But there are the second part of this is the uncharted territories that I call the uncharted territories, because now think of a scenario where you have a product requirement. Now, along with the product requirement, you have your code written, you have a patterns that are there in the code. There are user actions. When you release the product, you have certain user actions, their behavior, their sentiment. Now, with all these data combined, now you have a very powerful AI that can use all of this as a input, and can give you lot of test cases, lot of vulnerabilities, which can be like okay, you can generate more number of test cases, you can capture a very good user profile, you can also generate a good amount of load test case profile as well. This is going to be a area which I feel it okay, not only give lot of opportunities for the testing people, but may also give you another testing profile as well. It may not be like, okay, it could be something like a AI tester, something like that. Like we have manual tester, we have a automated tester, we can have a AI tester as well going forward.
Got it. Yes. Yeah. That I agree with you, Abhish. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing like, which normally they call it normal test engineer versus SDET. There will be now a upgraded skill that, which is plus AI tools,
Yeah,
If somebody knows it, then only there is relevance of
right.
their job, or their career path, I would say so.
Correct, correct,
And even we are using these days a lot of chat gpt, and we find that it does save good amount of time, or at least it gives us a direction. Not that it can fully replace a human mind, but it can partially replace human mind, which is also enough. Like for example, even for content writing, test case writing, all that stuff, like it can save good amount of time for us.
correct, correct.
So,
So there is additional point here actually. There are set of tools that are coming up as well, which are coming under the category of explainable AI. Now,
okay.
what explainable AI does is, okay, it gives you more trust and transparency. For example, if a test case is failing, it tells you what is the root cause of that, why it is failing. If a test case is being selected for at a higher priority, it tells you the impact of that. So those kind of tools are also being generated. It's a new area that is coming up as well. So I'm really excited for this. Again, the uncharted territory part that I described, and such kind of explainable AI kind of concepts that are coming up as well.
Okay, wow. And do you have any name of any of these tools, which you're saying explainable?
I haven't used that. It is only
Okay,
the theory that, okay, that I have read. So that really
okay,
excited me that, okay, the use cases of that in future.
got it. Okay, wow, that's interesting. Yeah, because I think we are just hearing some news that Google is planning to lay off 30,000 people because of some AI efficiencies they have achieved, or they are planning to achieve, which uh, which were not seen in the start of this year. So
Okay,
yeah, I think a lot of changes are coming in the market. So it seems like.
definitely. Yeah.
So okay, and then what do you see in the next 2 to 5 years? Either in the developer productivity or test productivity, how will it change with the help of AI tools? In the next 2 to 5 years, like previously we used to talk, hey, there will be merger of dev and test functions. Sometimes there will be separation. Then there was a DevOps came. People said, okay, this is also improving our productivity. Now I think that's also nothing big deal about it. Everything, it's part of our life. Then came agile sprints. People said, "Hey, wow, you got to work much more harder now. You cannot, have downtime. You have to work within every 2 week view." Now I feel next 2 to 5 years will be like another thing put on the stack is that AI tools, which will be also challenging the skills
Yeah.
and also the productivity part.
Yeah, I mean, AI tools like now we have like, okay, GitHub Copilot or GitLab also has come up with a Copilot that helps
Yes,
in developing faster code as well. These will definitely help you. It will also help you in generating a lot of good amount of unit test cases, which people are obviously earlier like, okay, a little hesitant about. That gives you better quality result as well in terms of code. Faster testing, all these things definitely will help you, in a faster development cycle will come. But you will also need certain engineers who have a higher skills, who can definitely use these tools more effectively. It is not that, okay, you can give one particular scenario, you get a you have got a function that is written by the copilot, you just go and integrate that. For that, a person should really understand the system in a bigger picture as well, and understand where exactly you are going to use this. Chat gpt, it's at least in the current form, it will not be able to help you write the current entire system for you. It will still like, okay, help you in improving your productivity. So that part also needs to understand, okay, this will go hand in hand with a smart engineer as well. So reskilling definitely would be required, but this will definitely improve the developer productivity as well.
got it, got it. Yeah, yeah, I think, yeah, definitely you're right. Better skilled engineers, maybe lesser in number,
Yeah,
but more intelligent or better skilled engineers will be needed,
yeah,
because the tool stack is also increasing and the complexity. Uh, And
Oh,
obviously, it's sort of like management of the tools need to be have a brain. You need to
yeah.
have a brain to be able to manage that much of toolkit with yourself.
Definitely true. And I see in terms of, if I see the companies in the SaaS space especially, Now, obviously, using LLM, you can have your own. I mean, anyone can come up with their own workflow. That is true. But on so the with the advent of LLM, now you have got a uniform behind a lower layer. Now, on the top of it, you have to have a good experience. You have to have come up with a good UI as well. So that will be the differentiator now. So LLM, along with the deeper workflows with a good UI, is going to be the differentiator across company in the SaaS space. Actually, this is one of the development that at least we are seeing in SaaS space now,
Okay. Wow.
because
Uh,
the LLM has provided a uniform tech stack to everybody. It is at your disposal. Go ahead, use it. So how do you
yes.
differentiate otherwise?
Got it. Okay, wonderful. And then, Abhish, the companies which you are mentoring also, like what kind of toolkit they are using, or are you guys also using Brad, which is a new AI tool from Google?
So
Uh,
currently we have been using ChatGPT majorly.
okay,
No, we haven't used Bard, at
okay,
least for now. But
okay,
our experience with ChatGPT has been pretty good. There has been certain scenarios with respect to the availability part, but that has been, at least to still certain extent, has been resolved through Microsoft Azure as well.
okay, okay. Availability means downtime?
Sometimes downtime issues are there,
Okay,
uh,
okay.
but those SLAs and all that can be achieved if you are using ChatGPT via Microsoft Azure.
Oh, okay. No, okay. Maybe we never. Yeah, we had few times I think slow down the downtime issues, but maybe we just took a rest and then used it. So we,
Yeah.
so, so we never worried about it. The other option.
So definitely, I mean, working in these technology brings some kind of downside as well, for sure. Do you want to really rely on a one particular vendor? That is one thing. Based on a particular use case, if that particular vendor is giving good results or not, that is also sometimes debatable. So companies have to come up with some architectural pattern where probably they can add multiple vendors at their will as well. So for some certain use cases, maybe to BART, or certain to ChatGPT as well. Or there are various other scenarios why you want to switch from one vendor to other as well at your will.
Got it. Yeah, yeah, that I agree with you. The dependency on any particular tech stack or any particular one tool can be dangerous. And number two, also, if API calls are way too
Yeah.
many to that particular application, your application itself can have problem.
Yeah,
It's sort
that's
of like Google Maps. If you're using too much, and sometimes if that's the only thing you're using for mapping strategy, then you can be on yourself in problem if maps are not able to respond back to your query.
true, true, true.
Got it. Okay. Um, And how, like I was saying, one point about the job security part, Abhish, that we just read that Google and I think Facebook also, they are saying because of they did not expect this kind of efficiencies which AI will help them. They are looking to lay off maybe 10K, 30K people. So what do you think? What will be the next couple of years journey? Obviously for testing guys or for the dev guys, how they will it will route their career roadmap.
No, I think especially if we talk about the testing part, actually, I will will they see any job losses in the near future? My answer would be yes and no. I'll say why yes, because there are testers who are like very much into the specific area, whether it's a manual testing or automated testing, and not doing a reskilling of themselves, how they can integrate AI to make their work effective. Definitely, those guys will see a job losses.
Got
But
it.
there are areas, at the same time, newer areas definitely will emerge. Like I mentioned previously too, there will be areas where AI in testing will be more prevalent. There are very exciting areas that are coming up there as well. A new kind of profile that may also come up in the testing. That is where you will see more jobs being created. So there could be some kind of a balance that can be created with a newer opportunity. Complete balance, it is difficult to predict, but there will be newer opportunities for sure. So people really need to skill themselves with respect to AI.
Got it. Yeah, I'm it's the same thing. I don't know if like if you see 30 years back when Rajiv Gandhi brought computers to India, Then the
Yeah.
people said, hey, that everybody was against him. That they said, we are
Yeah.
going to lose our job. He said, it's not losing job. It's just migration of the jobs from one particular skill which you are doing on the manual files. Now they will be done on the computers. And for that to also do, there will be 2 to 5 years of learning roadmap required,
Yeah.
to use computers also. So got it. It's sort of like, I would say, not a job loss, but it's a skill migration. If
Correct.
you can achieve it, you will not have a job loss. Or if you don't achieve it, then you obviously you'll be on the lower part of the ladder.
Definitely. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Got it. Okay. Now, how about the AI in the DevOps lifecycle? How do you see that that has an impact in the DevOps? Only DevOps. Like, I don't know if you follow Jyoti Bansul's companies. I think he has a one company called Harness and one more company, two companies, which he says are now not meant for a like which the previous company was, AppDynamics, which was on the only on the APM space. Now he says no, he's building a new cycle, which is will be like uh, even though I'm not fully able to understand how he will achieve such a higher efficiency, but he says that no, this is revolutionizing the DevOps space, and it will be achieving our cycle time much lower. So how do you see AI impacting DevOps cycle kind of thing?
So when you say cycle time, you mean the release cycle part that he's
Yes,
talking about?
release cycle part. Like when you're in the final stages, not the you have done the testing, you are in the UAT stage, you're looking for the deployment. You really want to move fast, uh, but normally what we have been doing in the past is that we have a normal Excel sheet based checklist, and then we have maybe a Jenkins based code pipeline or a Azure code, Azure pipeline. Then we push the code through that one. Do we do a some kind of a check, and then we say, okay, quickly push the code into the production kind of thing.
No, I think I somehow agree with this particular part that okay, this will fasten the cycle and shorten the
Okay,
cycle. Developments would be much faster. But when I say development would be much faster, that includes testing too. Now, think of a scenario again that okay, where you are developing alongside, you are able to generate the test cases. And when we say that a generation of test cases, these are AI generated test cases which takes care of all the code analysis and patterns as well as the requirement through which okay, I mean for which we are developing. So considering that the if test case generation as well as execution should be pretty good, as well as development quality should also be pretty good, given that okay we have support for GitHub Copilot. So that eventually like okay will give you faster development cycle for sure. Now there is one more point I want to add here with respect to UI testing, and this is another area that I feel it okay is looking really nice. Why? Because earlier the UI automation, one of the drawback there has been the UI locator. Now, as
yes,
the new code is generated, you are not able to like okay update the locator so effectively. Now, with the advent of UI, you can have tools which can predict what all the your locators will be like okay changed because of this particular code, and then they can be a self-healing test cases kind of a scenario as well. So with the newer development you can generate a lot of UI test cases. You can also correct a lot of UI test cases as well. So
got it.
that worry is also gone. So now, if you sum together, you see that okay, this is all leading to like okay, more better life cycle now, right?
Okay, wow, yes, got it. Yeah, and then in the self-healing automation space, what are the tools you are recommending for our users? Which are the tools which you think
No, so
can
there
be
is
of
no specific tool that okay that I am talking about right now. What we
got it.
do really like okay using the large LLM, we write our own ways of
Okay,
writing the test cases part right now. So there is no specific tool, but these are the opportunities probably for the companies to bring in their standard tool as well in this particular area.
got it. I get your point. Yeah, this UI locator thing is a big pain area, especially
Big
when
thing.
you're big pain area because that is the only one which will consume max effort in
Correct.
managing your automation suite. Rest all is the framework which rarely changes because you never change the product fundamentally. You only change small changes in the UI, which creates a problem for you.
Exactly. Exactly. And you see, we are like with the advent of AI or inclusion of AI, you are perfecting all the area, whether the test case generation, test case data generation, and then like okay, the test cases writing part also is being like okay, improved a lot. So with that kind of speed, definitely DevOps cycle will reduce.
Got it. Yeah. The test case part, I definitely agree with you. Test case part, writing part can definitely really come down.
Yeah.
Though, in fact, we also have tried on few sample applications. It does help quite a bit, the chat GPT part. And like I was saying, if you are going with a paid account, then you can keep on using same account every time. The account, the model learns according to your needs.
Yeah. So
It's
there's
not.
another point in case of DevOps space, especially. So see, the releasing part of your product and feature is one thing, but after that particular thing as well, you can analyze the logs that is being generated through your code using the AI model itself and understand the potential vulnerabilities actually and find those things pretty early in the cycle. You can also find out the critical path or area where probably you have a performance issue that is going on or that may come up in that particular area. You can understand the deployment diagram as well and clearly pointed, hey, these are the bottlenecks that may eventually like okay have a bad user experience for you. These are the areas or probably a analytics part or DevOps analytics that you can say could be another area that may come up using the AI later on.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah, I was about to ask you that how can AI can have an impact on the security testing part and the load testing part. Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that is also wonderful. Like eventually, if we call it like failover testing, that which are the nodes in the your architecture can fail, which we do it
yeah.
now manually. That no, we try to switch off one mode and then switch on the other mode and then collect the data, then see okay these are points failing. Okay,
And there are some of the large company that we know they use AI testing even I mean AI DevOps practices even now. I mean even before the LLM part actually they were analyzing their traffic. They were also diverting traffic based on the responses that they were getting from a particular area, so that okay the user experience is seamless actually. Those things were
okay,
being done even today.
got it, got it, got it. Wonderful, yeah. That's really good. Yeah, I think I was about to ask him to even do those 2 points that how it impacts the load testing part and the security because that is also another area in which we operate. Okay, okay,
Correct.
wonderful. And then and how about the like you told that GitHub Copilot does help your developers. Any other things you guys use in the dev cycle also, which helps you to do with a faster cycle or similar kind of thing? We have like right now still we build automation frameworks manually, like majorly either Selenium or rest assured or for the API testing. Anything you see in that space, more productivity can be achieved, especially in API testing also. Like we use a lot of Postman also right now. We do not do use any kind of AI on top of it. That's a plain tools we use.
No, so this particular area is still, I will say, is ripe, and lot of experimentation or piloting is being done in this particular area.
Okay,
So is our case as well within Mindtickle. So
okay,
far, like okay, we are doing some of the piloting, but something that or at least that we have adopted is with respect to the unit test case generation, or we have done some kind of a test plan generation as well. We have certain projects where we are testing only through AI only, but those are more AI related projects which are like okay, really helping us out actually.
okay,
But with respect to any other tooling part, I think this area is still very ripe actually right now to say that okay, this particular tool works better kind of it.
okay, okay. Got it, yeah, got it. And then Abhish, most of are you guys operating in majorly AI space in the developing products or in the general space also?
No, so it is majorly about developing product that is
Okay,
related to the revenue readiness or the revenue enablement part actually. That
got it.
includes lot of AI stuff as well, whether it is related to understanding the conversation that a salesperson is having with the prospect and what kind of like okay coaching is required for that particular salesperson as well to be more effective. Also predicting your revenue based on the pipeline that you have, those kind of analytics also that we provide on the top of it.
Okay, wow, that's nice. Good. Okay, all right. Bish, I'm done with all my questions. If you want to add any concluding points, to the this podcast.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. So first of all, thank you for having me here. The last point that okay that I would say that okay, incorporating AI definitely is required, but it's an investment that for any company that they are doing, especially in the testing area, they really need to understand the ROI of that. Unnecessary adding the AI may not also help you. That is
Got it.
one. And
Okay.
second is okay, AI should be seen alongside the manual effort. There is always a human collaboration in AI because though AI at one side gives you a lot of efficiency, But at the other side, it also like, okay, has some limitation because of the data bias, or it could be some aesthetics involved. For example, in case of UI, there are some limitations for that. So that can also not be like, okay, discarded completely.
Okay, got it. Yeah, basically you're saying they got to be hybrid approach. They can be accelerate your function, like a computer uh, can only augment your speed, but it cannot replace you. There is still a
That's
human
right.
brain involved. No.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Abhish, for your valuable time, and thank you, our viewers, for your time also. And we will also tag Abhish in all our postings so that if you have any questions, please reach out back to him also directly, or you can reach back to us and we can forward the questions.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Abhish,
Thank you.
for your time. Yeah.
Take care.